Like, it's Friday night and I am just chilling at home. I am eating a little piece of tuxedo cake here. I'm drinking my cider. I have a cat. She's somewhere around here. And you know what? Do you hear that? It's beautiful, isn't it? There's nobody yelling. There's nobody crying. There's nothing. It's peace. Like, this is peaceful. I'm 30 and this is so peaceful. And I think, like, my mom did not have this chance. My grandmothers did not have this chance. Their grandmothers and their moms did not have this chance. Like, nobody in my lineage. There's no other woman that got to do this. It's just great. Like, I broke the cycle, babe. I did it. And if you're wondering, no, I am not single. This whole like, oh, you're single. No, I'm not. I got a man. He's amazing. But this isn't about him. This is about me.
Congratulations!
Huh, so it's all about you, huh? Well, when is it not? I mean, you're sitting there on a Friday night eating a piece of cake and bragging as if you somehow won. Are you seriously gonna sit there and say that your mother and ancestors never had the opportunity to sit down in a quiet room and eat a baked good in silence? That's really nothing to be proud of. Neither is this whole thing about this breaking of the so-called cycle of yours. With this self-indulgent rant, all you've done is tell the entire planet that all of the toil and suffering that your mother, grandparents, and everyone else in your lineage has done was all in vain. The whole point of why they suffered was to support the family who would keep the lineage going, and you straight up severed that bloodline. Your genetics are going to die with you, and that's nothing to celebrate. Now, if you honestly think that failing your entire ancestry just so you can eat cake and drink cider is somehow a win, then more power to you. It's your life to waste. But come on, woman. You pretty much destroyed your family bloodline, and your ancestors would be furious with you because you completely failed in the one thing that you were put on this earth to do. But hey, at least you got a slice of overpriced cake out of the deal, and if you ask me, that's a pretty crappy reward for you being a failure to your entire family bloodline.
You might be screaming, no, no, no. All they hear is, who wants cake? Let me tell you something, they all do. They all want cake.
I need more women to realize that men are manipulating you on purpose. It is true that most of the time, manipulation is kind of this instinctual, subconscious defense mechanism that people can slip into. It's actually very rare that someone will manipulate you fully, consciously, and intentionally. But these men who are breadcrumbing you and using intermittent reinforcement tactics and trying to purposely make you jealous, keeping you on a hook, there's so many things. They know that they're doing that. They know that. Love that I'm playing with my light and not actually turning it on. Crazy.
I own this piece of meat.
He's right, Evan. He does own me. I am his piece of meat. So let it go.
Well, I don't see how you can put that all on us, sister. Now, granted, I will give credit to guys like Chad, Tyrone, Raphael, Marco, Gavin, Nigel, Pookie, Wyatt, Theodore, Ray, Chang, Wang, Takeda, and Backdoor Bernard, but those guys are a different kind of man. You see, those guys don't care what you have to say. That's why they'll give you the minimum amount of attention and affection, because they know you'll come back to them every single time. But you can't blame the proud members of the illustrious bottom 95% club for that. You were ignoring us when you weren't blaming us for you thinking that we were more dangerous than a wild bear attack. And most of us aren't into the whole manipulation game. What do we got to gain from it? It's too much work for a woman who clearly isn't worth the time or the energy. That's why you go for guys like Chad. They have everything you could ever possibly want in a man, minus that whole commitment thing. And because they know this, they'll string you along because you'll write him a hall pass like 9 times out of 10. Sure, he may tell you the things that you want to hear, but that's just to get you to shut up for a few more weeks until he's done realizing that you're too much work and your skunked up hellchasm of sloppy torment simply isn't worth it anymore.
And I learned this lesson the hard way because I was seeing a man who's genuinely using studied manipulation tactics on me. And I only woke up to the fact that he was intentionally manipulating me because he revealed to me that he had read 48 Laws of Power and a couple of other manipulation instructive texts. And it was just this moment of like, oh, this is on purpose. You were deliberately doing this. And it opened my eyes up to this because I knew the men were diabolical. I did not know that they could actually just be that evil and somehow still seem semi-normal. So let this be a message that that guy who is giving you breadcrumbs is not just being a dumb guy or he's a guy, it's just how they are. No, he knows what he's doing, and he's controlling you.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby! Don't you put that on us!
Woman, it is time to wake up and smell the 90s here. You got played by a dude who read some books by a pickup artist. And that's not evil. It's not really diabolical either. He's playing the game by the rules that you set. Because deep down, you actually want men like that. You want the men who aren't even interested in you because the good men that would have made a solid match are boring. You crave the impossible emotional highs and you put up with the crashes because you've convinced yourself that because this guy is giving you attention, you assumed it was true love or whatever other crap that you and your kind believe in nowadays. And now you're trying to make all of us atone for the sins of the Chad, and that's not happening. You can't get angry when you dive into a pool full of piranhas and then get frustrated when your legs get ripped to shreds. You're the one who made that decision, and now you have a nub where your soul is supposed to be. And instead of just accepting that maybe, just maybe, you were going after the wrong men, you're just gonna blame us for the fact that you fell for some of the oldest tricks in the book. And that's not so much evil as it is incredibly naive. But to be fair, you're a modern woman. Common sense ain't exactly in your wheelhouse now, is it?
Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but women voters? Welcome to planet Mars. I'll be over in my spaceship.
I have a theory that when it seems like things are going wrong, it's actually a sign that everything is going right, just in a different way than you thought. And if you don't really believe this, you need to hear this metaphor, okay? Imagine that you are driving somewhere according to your GPS directions. And then you're like, oh wait, let me go over here and grab a quick coffee. Or, ooh, I kind of want to take this like other route so I can have the scenic drive. So you don't tell the GPS, you just like pull over or take the other way. And your GPS is like, what are you doing? Turn around, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. But you know, you're like, no, just like chill out for a second. I'm just like grabbing a coffee or I'm just going this way. And it takes a second of recalibration before the GPS catches up and is like, oh, okay, I understand, everything's fine.
I always said women are bad drivers.
Well, there's already a problem with that metaphor, sweetheart. You see, you programmed the GPS with your preferred destination and you made the active decision to deviate from that destination to take a different route. And it has to recalculate everything in order to figure out how in the hell you're going to get there when you're the one who's making the choices to add on more time to your drive for coffee, lake views, and makeup breaks. The GPS isn't the one even driving the car. You're the one that's behind the wheel, and you're the one who keeps taking the wrong turns, thus forcing it to recalibrate. Now, I get what you're trying to say, but even with this whole dumbass metaphor, you're forgetting that you're the one who's behind the wheel here. You're the one making the choices that end up making the mess of your life. The GPS is the one trying to keep you on track, and you keep telling it to go make love to itself while you get distracted with crap that ultimately doesn't matter. That GPS could tell you every possible direction you'd need to get back on track, and it wouldn't matter because at the end of the day, you don't want to get to your chosen destination unless it's chock full of bullcrap moments that really don't matter, which just proves that not only are you terrible at driving, you're also god-awful when it comes to making metaphors.
The same is basically true of you and the universe, but it's you who's like, no, I'm going the wrong way, the wrong way, the wrong way. And the universe is like, can you hang on a second? We have a quick detour to grab something that you're gonna like, or I'm taking you in a different direction that's actually gonna be even more enjoyable than the original route that we were going down. And this is where you just have to trust, okay? Every little thing that happens is always working out for your highest good. And if you can just surrender it over and say, okay, I trust, I let go, show me the way, you will feel so much better and you will very, very, very quickly see that everything is always guiding you to exactly where you need to go right on time.
The universe. What a concept.
You know, I gotta hand it to you, sister. Just when I thought you were stupid, you pull the rug out from under me and prove that there isn't a word in the English language that comes even close to measuring how dumb you are. You're pretty much saying that if you just relinquish control of your own life, you'll magically get what you want. But how in the hell is that supposed to work? You can't just flow down the river of life and just magically assume that everything's gonna work out for you. You're gonna have to make some decisions. Some will be good, others not so much. But at the end of the day, you can't just do nothing and then assume nothing happened because the universe hasn't caught up yet. That's the problem with you and your kind. You love your strength and you love your independence, but you also claim that God, the universe, or the flying spaghetti monster is somehow guiding you to a place that you need to be, and all you have to do is nothing, and you're gonna end up with all of the cash and prizes. But if that was the case, we'd have an army of billionaire stoner dudes who have more money and success than they know what to do with. And the best part is that if you somehow get every single thing you ever wanted, you're just gonna credit yourself for all of the work instead of this amazing universe who did everything for you. So even when the universe is trying to do you a solid, you're still gonna be ungrateful.
Wish I could stay, but I got a thing. Bye.
If you're single right now and you're okay with being single and you finally feel comfortable with where you're at, you're cool with yourself, you're cool with being alone, do not let someone derail you, okay? A couple months ago, about 2 months ago, was finally at that point, okay? I was so cool, post-grad, going to grad school, like, working, doing my thing, telling my friends, for the first time ever, I feel like I don't need a boyfriend. My relationship with God is solid. I feel really grounded in myself. And if someone comes along, I honestly don't even know if I want to be in a relationship right now. What happens? Someone came along out of the blue, peeked their little head out. Hey, someone I had matched with on Hinge at the beginning of this year and ghosted because I wasn't into him, hits me up again. Hey, we start talking and I thought we hit it off. Him and I are kicking it for a bit, having a great, what I thought to be a great time. And at 23 years old, I got broken up with for the very first time in my life last night. And I'm not trying to say that to flex, I'm just saying, like, holy shit, the feeling sucks.
That's not my problem. It's yours.
Well, it sounds pretty obvious to me that you were never okay with being single at all, sweetheart. I mean, let's think about it for a second. Some random dude that you weren't even interested in randomly pops out of the blue with a WYD text, and you're all over that like a hobo on a pint of 5 o'clock vodka. Which is weird considering that a few years back, you ghosted him. So why exactly are you getting with a dude that you were never interested in the first place? Well, I'm gonna tell you. You want a boyfriend. You want a relationship. You want those things so badly, and you tried to cope by convincing yourself that you didn't want those things. When you told your friends that you were comfortable with being alone and had a strong connection with the bro in the sky, you weren't trying to convince your friends, you were trying to convince yourself. And when the moment arrived where you could have proven to the entire planet that you were truly comfortable with your single life, you failed miserably. And that's because you're obviously lonely. So you hooked up with the first dude who gave you a scrap of attention and then he ghosted you afterwards. And then you had the nerve to say it was a breakup? Sister, that wasn't a breakup. That guy got exactly what he wanted out of you and then he kicked you to the curb.
Mainly because this guy asked me to be his girlfriend on Sunday. Yesterday was Wednesday. But like, I was fine being single, and now I'm back to square one. So like, I shouldn't have let anyone bother me. If you're in that phase right now where you're single and doing okay, just ride that train a little longer. You don't need a relationship, okay? People will be sent to you to derail you or to like, just waste your time. But as a believer, I have to see it as, you know what? God was protecting me from something. There were red flags there that I saw that I chose to ignore, but like, I don't have to deal with that anymore, I guess. And as a believer, I should be taking this time to just really root myself in my faith and think to myself, you know what, like, I'm lucky to have this time. I'm not married, I don't have kids, like, I'm lucky to have this time where it's just me and God alone, and I can lean on him for strength in these times where I'm just like, really, what just happened? But anywho, that's it. Stay single and read your Bible and trust in God. Mwah.
Right.
You know, I have enough sense to not talk on behalf of the dude who created all of existence, but I still can't help but wonder, how is it that this guy would be testing you in such a juvenile way? I mean, you do realize that you have free will, right? I mean, that's one of the pillars of Christianity. Some guy you weren't interested in reached out to you and you didn't even hesitate. If that's a test, then you failed almost immediately, sweetheart. I mean, you said it yourself. You ignored all of those pesky red flags because you are clearly not okay with being single, and then you want to just say that it was all God's will? Now that guy's ways are a complete mystery to me, and even if I did know, it would be so complex that I wouldn't be able to understand any of it. So how is it that you somehow had this great understanding of it all? Especially when that very same religion wants you to find a mate and have a family to raise those children to follow God's word. Now, I'm not a Bible scholar, I'll be the first one to admit that, so maybe the key to you being cool with being single is in there. I mean, how should I know? But I do know that it's your life, sister, and you are the one who's freely choosing to make all of the mistakes. So who the hell am I to stop you? Special shout out to the fine members of the Bounty Board over on Patreon. You guys are the creme de la creme in a show with everything, including Yul Brynner, and that's worth way more than any night in Bangkok. All hail And if you're interested in supporting the channel, check out the bounty board over on Patreon, where for $5 a month, you can get access to almost 100 videos of exclusive content that you're not going to find on YouTube. Links in the pinned comment down below if you want to check it out. And that's going to do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. And as always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button, ring the notification bell, leave a couple of comments, and be sure to share this video so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you once again for checking out the new video, gentlemen and gents, and until next time, peace out, homies.